With the tenant now added to the tenancy, you're going to want to proceed with payments. We're going to first check Tenancy Settings, and we're going to look at the rent payments automation. The first trigger basically advises that it'll create a rent receivable amount due from the tenants. We're going to receive this every month from the first of each month. This tick box here, create corresponding payable to landlord, will basically means when the tenant pays their rent, the rent will transfer across automatically to the landlord. If we had any pro rata period, so if the tenancy started on the 22nd and then we want the rent to collect on every 1st, we'd leave these on. But there's no pro rata period, and we'll just turn them off. You've then got landlord fees, where you can apply a management fee on a monthly basis. This particular fee has a trigger when tenant made rent payment. A real powerful feature in Landmax, and it will allow you to create fees according to certain action events and dates. In this case, we're going to leave it as tenant made rent payment. It'll charge a 10% management fee based on when the tenant pays rent. And we've got another one here, when tenancy started. So basically this trigger means when the tenancy starts, charge £250. The tenancy starts in 1st of June, so we should expect a payment of that amount on that date. There are no fees applied to the tenant, so we're going to create one. And we're going to say on tenancy activation, we want to charge a percentage fee of 25%, and this will be our booking fee. And it's plus VAT. And we'll say it's sales and other income. So we'll save that. And then we've got other options, payment automation dates. So if the start date is, you don't want to collect the payment, you want to collect the payment the following month, you can then change the start date and end date. And you also got enable periodic tenancy mode, so you can have it automatically renew for another month, week, or for weekly. We're going to have it create another month, and we're going to preview what we've created. So on the upcoming payment screen, you'll see on tenancy activation a booking fee to the tenant of 25% of the month's rent. On the tenancy start date, we've got a £300 tenancy setup fee. Again, that was the percentage plus VAT. And then from the 1st of June, we'll have £500 rent, which will due from the tenant. And when that payment of rent is received, it will send £500 to the landlord's account and correctly charge the management fee accordingly. So once we're happy with that, we're going to activate the tenancy. Once activated, if we go to the tenant's account, we should see the first charge of £150 that's due from the tenant. We'll see that as an uninvoiced amount of £150. This particular tenant wants an invoice, so we're going to add to invoice. Once invoiced, we can access it either under the status, and it will open up the invoice here, or we can go to the invoice screen here, and we'll have the list of invoices that we've presented for this client. The client then makes a payment to us, so we're going to register an incoming amount. And he's paid it into our rent account. So we now have an unprocessed income of £150 that's not yet been allocated against this due to receive. And we can check that, and it's still currently due. So we're going to process receipts. This will basically balance the amounts against each other, and if we go back to due payments, we'll see that it's £150 has been paid. We can give the client a paid invoice. Via email, showing that the payment has been paid. You can also give the client a receipt showing that the £150 that he paid was allocated against the booking fee.